Millie, Finesse, let's go. Finesse Leo, the one that comes from the trio. Best believe I'm all about my De Niro's. Everywhere I go, the people know my stilo. When you hear my rounds, you feel like you sent the kilo. The dope is going town, people gather around. Everything that I got it all for the ground. We always been kings, but never got our crowns. I refuse to live my life with a permanent frown.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Jewel Talk. Spin number Juice, you heard? I'm your host, Finesse Leo.
I'm your host, Baby Juice.
Yes, sir, man. Yo, it's just us today, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, shout out. It was just Valentine's Day yesterday, so most of the guests and stuff, they with their ladies and everything, so it's just me and my son Hugo today. My son, baby Hugo, man. I appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Facts, so I ain't doing this by my dolly today. You feel me? But yeah, man. Yo, I got a couple topics for today and stuff like that, bro. So I definitely want to I appreciate you pulling up. We're going to really chop it up. We're going to get into it. Real serious stuff here.
For a fact. I'm a real man, you feel me? I took my lady out on the 14. You know what I mean? The 15 is when you take the side chicks out.
How was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's was great, you feel me? It was great. It was great, you feel me? I spent it alone.
Me too. I'm single this year, my guy. I'm single, so I was chilling. You know, I ran some errands yesterday. Got a lot of important stuff done. You know what I mean? Go send some flowers. Go bring mom some balloons and flowers. You feel me? You know what I mean? Just some calm shit. But yeah, how was yours?
Mine was sweet. You feel me? I don't really have a main girl. Like, I don't have a girl. You feel me? I'm a single. I don't really have a main girl. I'm a single civilian. You feel me? Just trying to work, keep doing what I'm doing. You feel me? I don't see myself right now to be a good man, to be in a relationship. I just feel like, everything going. Yeah, you know, sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. You feel me? Like, sometimes you got to also, there's a lot that has to come out of you, feel me, to be able to commit to something. I just feel like I don't want to do that right now. I'm just focusing on me.
I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that, man. I definitely feel that. I get what you're saying, man. So I just want to get in. So right now, I just want to get into like certain topics and stuff like that. Right now, we're gonna talk about church a little bit. We're gonna talk about church and these passes right now. You feel me? Yeah. So I started to know if this one kind of hits with home because I used to go to this man's church. You feel me? So do you know who Donnie McClurkin is?
Nah, I don't. I'll be honest.
So Donnie McClurkin, right? He's a famous gospel singer.
Okay.
He's a famous gospel singer. He had a church called Perfecting Faith Church out in Freeport. Right by Centennial, not too far from Centennial. You feel me? So I used to go to his church when I was younger. You feel me? Nothing happened to me. Like, I know what y'all going. Nothing happened to me. Nothing happened to me and my brothers and shit. But I just wanted to talk about this because this has been going on, like, with these pastors and everything and these priests. So I just want to talk about this. He's getting accused of sexual assault from a man called Giuseppe Corletto. If I'm saying it right. Yeah, Giuseppe Corletto. So
where's Giuseppe from?
Giuseppe, I think he's from Long Island as well, but I got his article right here. Let me pull up the article and stuff like that.
He getting accused of what?
So he got accused of sexual assault. Donnie McClurkin.
Sexual assault.
Yeah, so.
And he was a pastor?
Yeah, he's a gospel singer and a pastor. Okay. And a pastor. So Donnie McClurkin, he's a Grammy-winning gospel singer and pastor.
Grammy-winning.
He's getting accused of being sexually abused a young man over several years and wrote an apology email declaring himself a dirty old man according to a new lawsuit. So Giuseppe Corletto says in the lawsuit that he is struggling to reconcile with his sexuality with his faith when he sought out McClurkin in 2003. The lawsuit says Corletto, then 21, he was 21 at the time, went to McClurkin's church in Long Island, New York. I told you, in Freeport, right? So after reading, this is an article. Oh yeah, my fault. This is an article from NBC News, by the way. I'm getting this from NBC News. What happened?
I don't know if it's just the youngin' in me, but he's confused now. On his sexuality? If he likes girls,
he's saying that McClurkin kind of caused that. You feel me? With him struggling with his faith, being a Christian, and him being gay. I guess you feel me? Him being gay. So
it's insane.
So McClurkin, at the time he was 21. This is back in 2003. These are from situations back in 2003. So the lawsuit says Corletto, then 21, went to McClurkin's church in Long Island, New York. After reading his autobiographical biographical book, which described how God helped him overcome the curse of homosexuality. This is McClurkin saying that. So McClurkin, I guess, struggled with homosexuality back in the day as well. And I guess, now, a lot of these pastors, this is what is wild, because a lot of these pastors and stuff like that, they preach all that stuff and they be gay themselves. You feel me? This is crazy.
We live in a scary world, bro. But I feel like
I feel a scary world.
Nah, but I feel like end times is coming very soon. We live in a very scary world.
He said the end times is coming, man. Word. So at the church event, McClurkin talked about being, molested as a child, which resonated with Corletto because that's similar to his story. He told NBC News. He said that he was brought to meet McClurkin after the event in 2003, and McClurkin took an immediate interest into him. You know what I mean? So
McClurkin quick with it.
Yeah, so he says that after the alleged sexual assault at Niagara Falls Hotel in 2013, the lawsuit says McClurkin wrote Corletto an email apologizing. So this is like he met in 2003, and this is going on for like 10 years and stuff like that. So
this is insane.
McClurkin wrote Corletto an email apologizing for his actions. He said in the email, this is crazy, "I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man." And he allegedly wrote in the message, according to the lawsuit, pawning and groping a young man who is just looking for a friendship and close platonic relationship with someone who looks to for help, guidance, and spirituality. I feel so foul, so stupid, McClurkin added in the email. According to Corletto's lawsuit, which was filed Friday in the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? So this is like from a few months ago, like a month ago, I say.
You know what's crazy? I feel like we live in a world where, I feel like it correlates. We live in a world where nobody's perfect and everybody sins. So therefore, it's kind of hard for me to believe in people. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what this pastor stuff is like starting to. Everything's starting to reveal. Oh, my fault. Everything's starting to reveal. Like, you start seeing, like, what's going around with, like, pastors or, like, even higher top people just coming out with these sexual assaults, child assault. It's starting to seem like, we've been in a movie where we thinking that the people that we looking up to is the ones that are the role models and stuff like that, and it's not like that. And the whole reason of that is because we looking from without, we not looking from within. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because we it's hard to like look up to these people, especially in these churches nowadays, bro, because everybody, especially these pastors, a lot of these pastors stuff, they preach this and that, and they be doing the exact opposite of what they doing. It's crazy. It's so foul when they come to find out that they're doing these foul shit.
And this is why I always say I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I just don't believe in no religion, nothing like that. You know what I mean? And if I go to church, just off me just saying, oh, listen, I want to go to because churches, even though people could use it for a wrong cause, the church itself is still,
still good.
You know what I mean? It still has a positive, output.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So if I was to go to church, it's because, I'm taking my time just to go and appreciate, thank the Lord.
But they always say, the church, just because you go to church every Sunday, it doesn't make you the most holiest person, bro. You be sinning, like you said, everybody be sinning, but we born sinners.
I didn't see some devilish people that go to church and then, you feel me, outside in their regular life, they sin. Yep. That's why I say, like, it's hard to believe in anything nowadays.
But I never knock anybody that participates, because like you said, you go there to congregate. You go to congregate and be with a group and do group prayer and everything. Like, you feel that energy. It's all about energy. Yeah. That's what it's all about. You feel that energy. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So just getting back to the article. So the gospel singer turned pastor has won 3 Grammys. He's very successful. He sold millions of albums. You feel me?
Yeah, he done a couple other things. So.
He came into light. I didn't even know this. Like, he got put on through Oprah. You feel me? In 1996, when he put out his self-debut album in 1996, and Oprah described it as one of her favorite things, one of her favorite albums back in the day. But McClurkin's childhood was brutal. A lot of, you know what I mean? You know how a lot of these things happen. So his childhood was brutal. He said, nah.
I don't know.
Nah. So his childhood was brutal. McClurkin wrote in his 2001 book, Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor, that an uncle sexually abused him when he was 8, which he believes causes homosexuality. And he said a seed, my fault, I didn't even mean to laugh. He's like, a seed had been planted. It was just wild. It caught me off guard. A seed had been planted, McClurkin wrote.
And what, he watered it as long as he was.
He said he watered it. Yeah. Basically, like, yo, bro. But like I said, bro, they say a lot of things with, you know, homosexuality kind of leads to from being like, you know, violated back in the day, like in your childhood and everything. That's how they say. That's how a lot of people like start living that type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because they was molested back in the day and everything. So I can get how that correlates. But like I said, this is still foul. You don't put that pain onto others. You feel me? You never put that pain onto others, like unconceptually. Like if you live that lifestyle and I say live your truth, like, and don't ever, like, you know what I mean, force anything onto other people, because that's the sexual abuse thing is crazy.
I agree.
So, I mean, just fast forward and everything. I ain't gonna like read everything in this topic, but yeah, man,
he's crazy.
So he dealt with this, and then he's basically, to sum it up really, like, so Corletto was saying that, yo, I gravitated towards him because he was looking for a mentor, you know, within the church and everything, and McClurkin took on his wing, but still wound up he felt like he was being groomed and you know, abused and everything. So he's saying that he hopes, Corletto's lawyer, Thomas Gufiera, said he hopes the lawsuit will provide his client with compensation and closure and some measure of justice for what had happened to him. And Gufiera said McClurkin took advantage of someone who was confused and had problems accepting his sexuality coupled with his religious beliefs. It's really very sad. So Corletto says he's in a much better place. He's married and no longer feels tormented. Ever since I did embrace my sexuality and stopped trying to change it, the weight of suicide left me, Corletto told NBC News. Things are still a bit more complicated when it comes to his faith. He says he's tried to go to church but has been unable to sit through an entire service. I listen to praise and worship music still, and that's what I consider church, Corletto added. So in many aspects, though I lost friends, community, and my religion, I found myself, my family, and my peace. So,
good.
Man, if like I said, if all this stuff, you know, is true with the lawsuit, is saying, like, that's really messed up, man. And I feel like, yo, again, going into these churches and stuff, yo, you have like a lot of these situations where, bro, you confide, you look up to these priests and these pastors, and they're doing the foulness, and you look at them and it's like, yo, they're doing wrong too. And especially when a lot of these times in the church, you always hear these stuff of them doing, like, you know, involving themselves in homosexual activity or even touching kids and stuff like that. Because, yo, growing up, I grew up Catholic, right? And we was talking before, I was like, my son, I went back in the suit just because, yo, my son Dominican, I'm like, yo, you grew up on Catholicism as well too. You grew up Catholic as well too. But, yo, so being in a church and everything, like, my pastor was the priest in my church that I got confirmation and everything with. He wound up being a damn child molester too, bro. Because I remember when I grew up OD Catholic. We was going to Bible study and everything. On Tuesdays, my mom would have us going there, like, you know what I mean, going there on Tuesdays and stuff like that every week. When I was young.
You would see him?
Yeah, me and my brothers, like, I was young. I was mad young. So I would see him. I kind of somewhat remember him a little bit, but I did, you know, do little confessions and stuff like that.
Oh.
He said, chill. Do little, I remember my mom used to force us. My mom used to, like, just go in and stuff like that because she wanted us to get in tune and stuff like that. I didn't know what to say. I was a kid, bro. I didn't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm a kid. I ain't did any bad shit, like, when I was OD crazy bad shit like that. So it's just, damn, bro, it sucks because, especially, like, with Corletto, he was struggling, a lot. He was struggling with his sexuality and stuff, and he was looking towards McClurkin. Like, he read his book and everything like that, and he felt like, damn, he went through the same thing I kind of went through. So he looked for him towards a mentorship, and for him to, like, still, like, kind of prey upon him like that. If all these allegations, like, I feel like ain't nobody just gonna come out the woodwork and just say like, yo, you did this, and it's crazy he's doing this, like, you know what I mean, like 20 years later. But
yeah,
it, like you said, like with all these other victims, like you're scared. Sometimes some people are scared to like even speak on it, because this happens to men too.
Yeah,
this happens to men too, and everything. It's not just women; it happens to men too. So it's crazy. But like I was saying, bro, growing up, like it broke. I always felt weird about church. That always made me feel weird about church and everything, because when that came, I remember the exact day. Like we was going, like I said, we was going to like Sunday school and all that. And then I remember when we had stopped for a little bit. I forgot what happened, but you know, we had stopped going for a little bit, and we had seen like the church director, right? In my elementary school, she had saw us, like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Schubert Elementary, you feel me? So I remember one time, like, we seen the church director go to the she was at my school, and she was like, oh, hey boys, because you know me and my brother, you know, we triplets and everything. So she's like, oh, hey guys. She was shopping with my mom. She's like, yo, I haven't seen you guys in a little bit. Oh, you know, hope to see you guys soon. Come back soon and everything to the, you know, the Bible study, Sunday school or whatever. You feel me? And then like a week or two later, I'll never forget this. I'm watching Little Man. This is when Little Man came out. Yo, I don't know why. This is just that movie I remember watching. You remember Little Man with Marlon Wayans and all that stuff? Yo, so I'm watching that movie on my little DVD player. Had that shit on bootleg. And then yo, it came on breaking news. Like breaking news. Like I remember my parents, they watching the news. They watching the TV, and breaking news. It was like Roosevelt, New York, because I went to Queen Holy Rosary. If you know that church right by Roosevelt?
Nah,
it's on Centennial, right on Centennial, bro.
I ain't never been to church. Like, I mean, I've been to church, but
I'm just like, because you from the port, you feel me? So I'm like, yo, I don't know if you've seen those, like going, like it's right on Centennial when you go into Roosevelt, right there.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not into it.
Yeah. So it was right there in Centennial, and right there in Centennial, and then she was like, it was like saying, oh, priest, I forgot his name. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got the article. My fault. I forgot I had the article right here. So yeah, so the FBI. This is 2006. Yep, this is 2006. So the FBI arrested a Roosevelt Catholic priest at his home Friday, charging him with possession of more than 1,300 pictures and videos of underage boys. Wildness. So his name was Thomas Saloy, and he was serving at Queen of the Most Holy Rosary when investigators found the child, like, you know, pornography on his personal computer, and it's crazy. So he was placed on administrative leave. It was placed on suicide watch at Mercy Hospital. This is like 20 years ago. This is literally 20. Damn, we old. This is 20 years ago.
Nah.
So he was convicted. He's like, if convicted, you know what I mean? They say he can be facing up to 10 years, which is more than that. And I can't remember. Most likely he got convicted and stuff like that, because that shit is wild. But I can't remember what happened to him. But bro,
but what happened to the priest? So the what's his name? McClurkin? Is he?
McClurkin. No, so he's getting sued. Oh, you gotta remember, he's getting sued. It was a lawsuit. This is a lawsuit Corletto was putting against McClurkin. So, and it's crazy because, like I said, I went to his church too. Like, I was a choir. I did the choir, me and my brothers, even though I couldn't sing for shit. Like, my mom just always.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah. Yo, chill out. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I never seen, we probably saw him twice because, he was a star. Like, he was famous as hell. I knew him.
Bro, you just said, I used to confess to him.
No. I'm talking about, I grew up Catholic. I'm talking about in my Catholic church. My perfecting faith, how I got into that one was my godmother. Shout out my godmother, Philip.
That was his name, Perfecting Faith?
That's the name of the church. Perfecting Faith Church. Yes, right there in Freeport, and it was. I forgot. It was on Main Street. I think it was on Main Street. Right there in the port. So, like, but it's not. I know it wasn't too far from Centennial. So, we went there. Like after, like my mom, like always had us in like My mom was like really into religion. Like she's a very God fearing woman and everything. So she always. It didn't matter what church. She always liked us to be involved in church. So I've been to a Baptist church. I've been to the Nigerian church. Jesus Christ is Lord, amen, hallelujah. So I've been to every, shout out to my Nigerians, you know what I mean? So I've been to a Baptist church, Nigerian church. I grew up Catholic. Like my mom always tried to instill God in us. Like, you know what I mean? My mom used to pray with us, all that. So when my godmother Philip, she was going to that church, my mom was like, with it, like, all right, I'm gonna make these brothers. I got baptized in that church too. I got baptized in that church and shit when I was younger. But so when seeing this shit, I'm like, oh shit, like, cause I remember seeing him. I'm like, oh, he was doing some foul shit back then. You feel me? Cause he said he met him in 03, and then it was like stuff going on up until like in the article it said 2013 and stuff like that. So that's like 10 years.
Yeah,
it's like 10 years and stuff like that. So, and I'm like, bro, we got, this is one thing in the church, like, you can't be believing everybody. Like, of course, like, you can't be believing everybody.
You can't on nothing.
You can't be believing everybody, bro, because unless they, like, they live in that real hardcore life, like,
it's because
hardcore church life, like, they on they dean, like I said, they on they dean, like, they really walking with God.
Nobody
gotta be walking with God.
We live in a world where I don't think nobody here walking with God. You can't.
I'm walking with God. You walking with God. I know you. He said, "No, you're not." Why you say that? Why you say it?
Because I mean, look, we drinking.
He said we drinking.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, but bro, I keep God in my heart. Like, I know I don't go to church every day, but I keep God in my heart. You feel me?
Nah, I keep God in my heart as well. But
I try to always walk a path of righteousness. Like, I have a conscience, so I know what's right from wrong. So I always try to lean towards right. I always try to lean towards the right way. You feel me? And try to walk and be on my deen. You feel me? That's a fact.
I feel you.
Like, so I feel like you gotta keep, because bro, even though, like I said, me and you, we probably don't go to church like that, but we're probably like, we more righteous than a lot of people that go to church every day. Because like we said before, people go to church every Sunday still doing wickedness stuff. You feel me? And it's like the church became a joke. I feel like church became a joke. It used to be,
it hurts, yeah, but it
used to be a pillar in our community. You feel me? It used to be a pillar in our community where people can get, and this goes into I wanted to talk about, like I said, there's a hypocriticalness, because you hear the foulness going on, whether it's like child abuse or pastor embezzlement, like they stealing money from the church and everything, or even the pastor sleeping with people's wives and stuff like that.
I didn't seen that.
That's what I'm saying, my guy. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't seen wives get taken at church. Like, the wives will go to the church and then they'll be cheating on their husband and stuff like that. This is a wicked world, bro.
It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world. That's why I was just saying, like, look within, don't look without. All the real answers and the true answers you're looking for is within.
Yes. God is within. God is definitely within, what I mean? Bro.
So that's what I'm saying. So you know why I say we not walking in the right of path, because I feel like we not. No, we are. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you have to. It's true what you say. You don't have to go to church. Just because you don't go to church don't mean you're not,
as long as you pray. Yeah.
I feel like as long as you're trying to elevate spiritually, physically, mentally, then you're doing something.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I mean?
Be righteous.
Because what's not growing is dying, but obviously you got to make sure you're doing it positively.
Positively.
You know
and nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect at all, but you can't be doing. I just feel like, bro, it's such hypocritical, and that made me not even trust in the church as a kid, because like I said, when I found out my priest did that, like in that church, I was so glad. I'm like, because I remember my mom wanted us to be altar boys and all that. I'm like, mom, I got touched. I got touched crazy, bro. Like, our mom wanted us to get fully indefinite. She wanted us to be altar boys, all that stuff growing up. Like really entrenched in it.
What is altar boy?
Bro, I haven't been to, like, how to explain, like, you within the service, you're carrying the cross around. Like I said,
I see what you mean.
It's hard to me explain. I haven't been to church myself.
I see what you mean.
Years.
Basically, they got you on payroll.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I remember, shout out my son Peter. I went to church for his daughter's christening. So that's a lie. That was the last time. That was a few months ago. So you know what I mean. But I haven't been to, like, constantly. Like, I remember when we was younger, we told her, Mom, we don't really want to go to church no more, because it used to be, we used to get bored and stuff like that, like fall asleep during church and everything, But I get it now. I'm more mature. Like, I get it. You feel me? But it's like, I always felt hypocritical. It always felt hypocritical, bro, because people would preach this and that. Like, the pastor or priest would preach this and that and be doing the foulness, and it's crazy. And like I said before, doing all that stuff. So. And I remember South Park had an episode with the Catholic Church. Like, they was making all the jokes about them touching kids and shit like that.
South Park and Simpsons been on.
Simpsons been on it, bro.
I don't understand. I feel like, but you know what it is? I feel like we live in a world where they have to tell you what's going on. they have to tell you, like, it's part of the law. Like, they have to, like, negativity, they're in control. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
What law, bro?
Nah, I don't want to go too deep with it, but all I'm saying,
lying to us all now everything trying to come out with all this shit. I don't want to go too deep with
it, but I'm just saying, like, they must reveal what they have to do. And they do that. They do that by putting it in the movies, by putting it in the commercials.
They put little things.
You know what I mean? By how they promote things, how they use certain artists, certain celebrities to promote. So they telling you what they doing.
Subliminals. They use subliminals.
You know what I mean? They telling you what they doing, so they're able to do it. It's like, for example, it's a law, and they know, because they understand that karma is real. It's like, for example, if I was to sell you, you know how cigarettes, it says it can cause cancer.
Yeah.
You know they're not killing you. You're like, but wait, why are they selling me something that's gonna kill me? They're not. They're telling you that it can cause cancer. So now if you take it, now it's suicide. It's not that. It's not murder.
He said it's suicide.
No, because that's if I put an apple.
That's self-will, man.
That's
at your own will.
Like, if I'm selling apples and I know that the apples are poisoned and I sell it to you, then I'm murdering you. But if I sell it to you and I put it, if you
don't know it, like, you're not telling, but they telling us.
No, if I don't know, if you don't know that the apple is poison and I sell it to you, then I'm murdering you. But if I'm selling apples and I have a sign that says apples are poison at your own cause, and you come and buy and you still eat it, then it's not murdering you. It's suicide.
It's suicide.
You know what I mean? So it's like because
your wording.
No.
Your word is crazy. I get what you're saying.
My wording could be strange. You know what I mean? Or could
I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. He said it's suicide. It's just,
no. All I'm saying is that this karma shit is real.
Yeah.
This karma shit is real. What you do is gonna come
what's
back.
done in the dark will come to the light, bro.
This is coming from a pathological liar. Nah, but
he said, "I'm just Dominican, Bobby. I'm just Dominican." Let's just be Dominican.
No. But listen, on some real stuff, like, yeah, whatever's done on the dark, it comes in the light. And we live in a world where, you're here, you don't leave without paying your dues. We at the end times. Everything that's happening right now in the world is bound to happen. Like, here in 7 years, we're about to see a lot of people just go down. Like, people, you know what I mean? Like,
most wholeheartily. You see what's going on with the Epstein files and all that.
Not even look at Bill Gates. We grew up thinking Bill Gates is some inspirational.
Yo,
thing.
You know what's funny? You brought up Bill Gates. He gave his. They saying there was some emails.
He gave STDs to his wife.
Yup. I just seen that today, son.
And you know what's funny? This is the guy who we're taking shots from. He was a big investor when we had the coronavirus.
Bro, and I knew it was bullshit. That's why I never took it. Yo,
who was the number one person we were taking?
Bill Gates. He helped fund that.
You know what I mean? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you know what I mean? I put, and it's fine, because a lot of
saying he was helping with the microchips and all that shit.
Whatever he was doing, all I know, he was in tune. Basically, we were looking at him for answers when it came to the coronavirus. Look who we're looking for answers. We're looking at somebody who was doing all those things. That's who we trying to look for answers for.
Bro, everything, insane. It's hard to even talk about because, bro, it's so many things that's coming out through social media, bro. And I know you can't believe everything, but some of this shit is real. Like, a lot of this shit is real. Like, we're getting everything that's coming out. A lot of it is true, and it's just. It's crazy.
My fault. Let me not say that because sometimes people will take that literal and they be like, "Oh no!" You gotta understand and you gotta know what is real and what is not.
To decipher, you gotta cipher out.
Yeah, because sometimes they would just try to play with you. You know what I mean? Try to have you in this false narrative, like because anybody, you know what I mean? But
yeah, man, it's real. It's real out here. But also, I wanted to talk about, like, because Drew, speaking of the church and stuff, I know Drew. I don't know if you've seen a skit with Drewski. Drewski making fun of all, like, these pastors and everything with these mega churches. And my fault. You want to say?
No, keep going.
Nah, Drewski making fun. I seen a little bit of the skit. I ain't watched the whole skit, but I got the gist of it because I always been saying that as a kid. I've been noticed the bullshit as a kid, bro. Like, my mom, like I said, she used to love Joel Osteen. I know you know who Joel Osteen is.
Nah.
You don't know Joel Osteen? Oh, my God. God bless you.
I've been listening to them both, my God.
God bless you. He's like, I forgot his little slogan. God damn, it's been years, bro. My mom used to watch that shit heavily. Like, if y'all grew up with, like, real religious parents and stuff, they used to watch Joel Osteen. Some people used to watch Creflo Dollar, all that stuff, bro. And these are like, so he's a mega church. Yo, he has a church in I think Houston, Texas. And his shit is ridiculous. He's dumb rich. Like, all these TD Jakes, all them, like, they all get, and I feel like, bro, they pimping the people. They pimping God's people. And 50 Cent got a quote. A lot of these guys, and you see what a lot of these, like, gospel singers, like, even Kirk Franklin came out. My son, you preach the holiness and everything, righteousness. My son had a porn addiction and all that other stuff like that. And 50 Cent, as I say, How to Rob, man. You know how to, you ever heard of How to Rob?
No.
By 50 Cent? Yeah. It's hip hop, like little hip hop history for you. So, you know, that was like one of 50's breaking out tracks, and he got a line from there. And he said, wait, because How to Rob is about sticking up the whole industry, you know, robbing the whole industry, the whole hip hop industry. It was a good metaphor and everything. So he was like, you know, I gotta get Kurt Franklin for robbing God's people. You know what I mean? I was like, ooh, that was always one of my hardest lines, you know what I mean? One of his hardest lines. And I was like, this is facts, because I'm like, bro, that's what all these pastors is doing. You see T.D. Jakes was getting caught up in that Diddy scandal. T.D. Jakes is getting caught up. T.D. Jakes is the big black one, the big black pastor. You see him, he's bald and everything with the great beard.
You know, my fault to cut you off, but you know, like, for example, like when something is good and they know it's good, so they got to try to destroy it from within and try to break their image. And this is what I mean by this is, like, for example, you know the Black Panther movement?
Yeah.
It was manipulated through within, like the people.
Yes.
Like they
the government infiltrated that.
Yeah, infiltrated them.
The FBI.
Yeah.
The FBI infiltrated that. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to, you know how you
they use other black people to do the dirty work.
And then that's how they started they started fighting against each other.
Yeah, you see Judas and the Black Messiah, right? You watched that movie?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
You gotta watch that movie.
I gotta watch it. But look,
it's ill.
I'm coming with this. You remember how you said it's kind of sad how, you know, we looking at church and we don't even want to believe in it now.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because what they do is, you know, Drewski making that skit, it hurt a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But why I mean it hurt a lot of people is because you got to think about it. What he was referencing, and I feel like I could be wrong, but what he was referencing to these mega churches.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's only about, like, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. There's only about like 15 in the United States. Like, I'm talking about big mega churches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a few of them.
And then I feel like
but they don't help nobody. Like,
they don't help.
How are you rich or forgot? Like, yo.
No. Those. I understand what they could be on some shady stuff, but that don't mean. And I'm saying that for people out there. That don't mean that every church is like that.
Nah.
I do believe there's good churches out there.
Back in the day,
it's coming from
church. Back in the day, church, bro. The pastor wasn't rich. The pastor was giving away stuff to help the needy.
I don't also
help the needy. The pastor didn't have all this. How are you? You got people going to these mega churches, right?
Don't get off track now, Miles.
I'm not getting off track. I'm saying
don't say
you have all these. Hold on, my fault. Let me get this. Let me get this off because it's real shit. Listen to what I gotta say. So you got regular people giving a last to these pastors and these mega church pastors and all this stuff. They're giving these lads, like, how are you rich off of God's people? You rich off of, because these are people really believing in you, and you got the way. It's like pimping. They pimping them because they saying the smooth shit. They saying the gift of gab with the church and speaking God into them, and yet they taking these people money. Like, well, how are you a millionaire? And like, for example, when Hurricane Sandy happened, right?
Yeah.
No, what was it? Hurricane? I forgot which storm.
Katrina?
One of the stories. Nah, Hurricane Katrina. Nah, that's New Orleans. Hurricane
Sandy.
Hurricane Harry. I think it was Hurricane Harry.
Hurricane Harris.
Hurricane Harry, the one that hit Texas. Joel Osteen didn't want to open up his church to help people. He didn't do it. And then he did it once he got mad backlash because everybody was like, yo, hold up, bro. You got this humongous church. Use it as a place of like shelter and stuff like that to help people that have been displaced and all that and like going through the tragedy. He didn't want to open up his church until people was like, yo, this is not right. It's not right, OD. Bro, so it's like you can't, as a pastor, and you see what
yeah, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just want to cut you because I just want to say I do some. This also, and it may sound bad. That's why I say if you're going to choose a pastor career, you better think about that. And
bro,
it sounds bad.
How you gonna be a millionaire?
No. Don't say that though, because if I'm starting to read the Bible, and let me tell you something. God wants you to be rich. God, no.
God wants you to be rich.
No, for real. God don't like the lazy. God don't like the lazy. God wants you to be rich and wealthy and have the world to you. But you know that has to happen if you're aligned with yourself and you're aligned with positivity and what you want to, and anything positivity that you're gonna bring to the world. I don't think it's right when people be like, oh, if you're a pastor, you can't be rich. No, you can be rich. Because there's people who's rich and
but you have to help. You have to give back.
Yes.
You have to give back. Because these pastors and stuff, how you have a private jet and all that, and then you have people that come into your church are starving. They giving their last to you. Make sense. I always felt like that. And Joe, like I always used to ask my mom questions and stuff like that. Like, yo, bro, how's he selling Joel Osteen selling all this and that? He's dumb rich. He's doing.
So he can't be a businessman and still be a pastor. Like I was thinking, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. When
back in the day, he's supposed to give back. Like you don't hear nothing about him giving back and like changing these people's lives. Like these people are helping him, bro. Use those ties and money you're getting to help the people, your congregation. supposed to help your congregation, help the people that's struggling, help the people that's going through it. Because, bro, like I said, back in the day in the church, the pastor wasn't that. The pastor was like the regular common folk. Anything the church had, they would give it back. They would help the homeless. They would help the needy. They would help the hungry. You feel me? Nowadays, like, you see all this stuff, like, especially, like I said, these mega churches and stuff, you see they just getting rich off of God's people, bro. That shit never sat right with me, bro. It's too hypocritical. They pimping the people. Using God, bro. Pimping them. Straight pimping.
They've been doing that since back in the days.
That's what I'm saying. They've been doing it for so long now.
Been doing that since since the start of even like.
But I'm saying no. But back the real churches,
whatever the Big Bang.
The real the Big Bang. Nah, the real churches, bro. Real pastors, they're for the people. A real church is for the people, as a place of sovereign, as a sanctuary. You know what I mean?
I feel like if I was to become a pastor, I'll be for the people.
Yeah, you got to be for the people. Why I see them?
No, I'm being so for real. But it's crazy because what if I'm rich? You're not gonna believe me, Miles? Let's say if I was rich, or I'm old, like, you know what I mean? Let's say I have a jet, all that, and let's say I want to become a pastor. Well, I can't. You know,
bro.
You think
the pastor isn't like, yo. If
what do you mean
if the money you're getting is supposed, the money you're getting is supposed to pay the church bills, keep the lights in the roof. It ain't supposed to line your pockets,
bro. I feel like you mistaken.
You're supposed to be giving away food, I think people constantly feeding the hungry and all that stuff.
People think that I could be. I mean, everybody's different, but rich to me is not just money. Money is just a tool. Like having money and having a jet. What if a pastor has a jet so he could get to another church or other like?
He's not supposed to have these things, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
He's not supposed to have these things.
No, not off of God. He's king. You gotta remember, they're taking the money from God's people and they're playing on people's emotions.
No. Like, there could be
they're playing on people's emotions.
You know how there's out of 100 apples, one of them could be wrong, but there gotta be one that's good. I just don't want you to think that because that hurts me. Because I'm like, I at one point, I was like, yo, you know what? I'll start, I'll speak the word of God later down in my years in life. Maybe when I'm like 40,
you gotta
45.
get right. You gotta walk. You gotta be on your. You gotta walk righteousness.
I feel like the perfect person.
I just feel like, yo, pastors. It's a bad look. Like all these mega churches stuff is a bad look, and I'm glad Drewski like
he did that, and a lot of mega churches was tight.
Yeah,
you seen the one with the Bentley? He was like, this
remember
is our
Isaiah
Bentley.
White? Isaiah,
no, I don't.
Pastor Whitehead, like it was the Brooklyn pastor. He was a scammer, bro. He got locked up because he was constantly like, bro, he's scamming the people. He staged that whole robbery shit in his church in Brooklyn. It was a church in Brooklyn and everything. And he's in jail now. He got locked up because for him like scamming, bro. For scamming, bro. He was doing bad shit, taking money and everything, bro. And like I said, as like this churches are a joke nowadays because like I said, we see them. You can't go. Yo, you see it with the Catholic Church. They're constantly hearing these things with the them abusing children, and you see with the churches them taking money that the people are giving them, and they using it for self-greed and everything. So it's just hard to believe anymore. But I can't, like I said, I can't say that like there isn't. Like church as a whole isn't necessary because it does help certain people that really want to be righteous, stuff like that. But it just became such a joke now. It's like hard to believe. It's hard to believe in them because it's like, yo, they could be finessing you. They finessing you, lying to you, and it's just crazy. Like it's just crazy that the churches became that way. Like, bro, some people just use that shit as a tax write-off because churches don't pay taxes.
I was just about to say, yeah, you own a church, you don't pay taxes.
You don't pay taxes.
Yeah. All you gotta do is, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy and it's wicked. It's definitely wicked, man. But yeah, bro. Any final thoughts? Like, we about to end this episode and everything. Any final thoughts you want to give?
Final thoughts? All I'll just say, like I said it from the beginning, I feel like people, we taking it for granted. Since we was talking about all the church and all that stuff, like I said, we came here to really elevate either spiritually, mentally, physically, or however you want to see it. Make sure you elevating, evolving. My fault, not elevating. I think I've mistaken the word. Evolving.
Elevate, evolve, yeah. It's just getting better. Right? You want to get better.
Make sure it's positive. And like I said, make sure you're looking within, not from without. All the answers are always within. And people take for granted that the power that they have within themselves. Like we have guys that we came into this earth with. Like I always say, just look from within. That's how I'm gonna keep it. You feel me?
That's real.
That's really what I want to say.
That's real.
And always move with my phone. Always move with love and positivity.
Big facts.
Don't let your heart get. Don't let them change your heart. The game was designed. Don't let them change your heart, because the game was designed for you to lose.
Yeah.
So you was already here for you to lose. It's just you was here to be observed. You was here to witness. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Nah, man, you ain't. I feel you. They want us to lose, but yo, you gotta win. You gotta look, like you said. You gotta be within yourself. Work with, because I ain't gonna sit here like don't believe, like, you know, any of these churches and everything. If it's good for you, but make sure it's sturdy. Make sure they're not pimping the people. And like you said, like, I agree with you. Look within. Yo, God is within. God is within us. And as long as you walk with positivity and righteousness, like, it's gonna be with you. And like I said, stay, be on your dean, you feel me? And like you said, man, just think positive, man, because the world is so negative. The world is so cold, man. Don't let people, I agree with you, don't let this evil world change your heart, because there still is good people on this earth, but it's just a lot of wickedness. And there's a lot of wickedness that try to disguise themselves as positivity and this stuff, as you can see.
Word. I don't even think it's about, I forget about the people. At the end of the day, when you die, you're going to die alone. But I just think it's like, I mean, bro, we all gonna die alone, but yeah, man, like, if you believe in the, you know what I mean, you believe in the heavens, and everything, you want to, like, you know, when you cross over, you want to know when they weigh your heart out, you want to make sure your heart is, like, good, you feel me? Your spirit is good. Yeah. I just mean, if you believe in that, you feel me? Because I know I do. I feel like, you know, in the afterlife and stuff, like, I don't mean to get too spiritual and everything like that, but in the afterlife, I do. Like, you're going to be judged on how you move, like, what did you do with your life, and how was you moving? Was you moving with greed and evil, or you was moving with positivity? You always try to be a vessel of God, like, you know, a vessel of positivity to, like, help other people. Because I just feel like, and I seen this post, like, you know what I mean? They make it wicked to have they make it a bad thing to have a good heart nowadays. You feel me? I feel like
because this world is so wicked, it make it bad to have a good heart.
The world got to a point where they doing that on purpose.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I do, man. So
that's why I said don't let them change your heart.
Can't let them change your heart.
Learn how to play around through it. You know what I mean?
Gotta maneuver, man. Gotta maneuver.
Ain't no perfect way. There's just the way. You know what I mean?
Yo, nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect, but pardon me. As long as you move positive, and you keep your good heart, don't let the world turn you cold, but also don't let nobody take advantage of you. You feel me? You stay golden. Stay golden, pony boy. You feel me? Stay golden. But yo, I appreciate this episode. This is a real,
and for a fact, this is a real good talk.
It's a real good talk. You know what I mean? This is that Jill talk. You know what I'm saying?
Jill talk.
You know what I mean? I'm your follow us. My fault. I'm about to forget everything. Yo, follow us on IG at JWL Talk, man. Make sure y'all tap in with that. Follow us on TikTok at Jewel Talk. You know what I mean? At JWL Talk on TikTok as well. Right? And then follow me on Instagram at finesse __ Leo on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok as well. I just got on TikTok as well, my own personal TikTok. Follow me at Finesse Leo on TikTok. And yo, plug your social media. Where can the people find you, Baby Juice?
People can follow me at Instagram, Baby Juice, right? I'm not about to spell it out. I mean, baby _ juice with two Y's and two E's. You know what I mean? Follow it. You know what I mean? And that's what we on.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. And I appreciate you for being my guest host today.
I appreciate you for even, you know what I mean, for giving me the chance, and one more time being in this beautiful, you know what I mean, environment.
Hell yeah, man.
Speaking nothing but jewels.
Yes, sir. Spitting nothing but jewels, you heard. You know what I mean? So on that note, we're going to end it here. I'm your host, Finesse Leo.
I'm your host, Baby Juice.
And this has been Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Spitting nothing but jewels, you heard. We out of here. Peace.
Outside.
Millie, Finesse, let's go. Finesse Leo, the one that comes from the trio. Best believe I'm all about my De Niro's. Everywhere I go, the people know my stilo. When you hear my rhymes, you feel like you seen tequila.